Well, guys, right now, we need to be careful of a trend that's been existing in black nationalist politics since 1994. That is the element of blind followership. Blind followership is something that's going to destroy black nationalist politics. And you see this guy here. This guy, whether you like it or not, he has built the EFF into what it is today. Give him his flowers. But truth be spoken, this guy here, himself, he's going to be the one who's going to destroy what he has built. And he's going to destroy it because of his very strong authoritative stance that sometimes borders on dictatorship. This guy will destroy the EFF. And I'll tell you, blind followership has been has been an element of black politics, even from the ANC. You go back a little bit into 1998, 1999, the first major scandal in the ANC, besides the arms deal. There was one before the arms deal, which was then revolving around the Mpondo princess, who was the Minister of Public Enterprises, Stella Sigcawu, where Bantu Holomisa had presented. Remember, Bantu Holomisa was an ANC member. He had presented a dossier full of information which revealed that Stella Sigcawu had received bribes from a prominent businessman. I understand he was Sol Kesner, the hotel mogul who owned Sun International before it became Zohosan. Yeah, so Kesner apparently at the time had bribed Stella Sigcawu. But in the ANC at the time, they preferred Bantu Holomisa to keep quiet on the matter. And Bantu broke ranks and he created the UDN. The second time of blind followership comes when Jacob Zuma was elected in 2007, 2008 in Polokwane and subsequently became the president of the country. When the man was the president of the country, he was popular in the ANC and even in the country. From the lowest Cohen man, Jacob Zuma was popular. But the man was brought into office with over 900 cases of corruption. And had you spoken against that, you were called out. Again, we are seeing this element happening in the EFF, where indirectly or directly, no matter how you want to look at it, the police commissioner of KZN, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, had made allegations that Julius Malema is linked to 6 security companies that wanted to benefit from procurement or tenders. Many of the EFF members have come out in blazing attacking Mkhwanazi. It seems Mkhwanazi was their favorite when he was against everyone. Everything changed when Mkhwanazi now started to say, you know what, even EFF leader Julius Malema might not be so clean. Then everything about Mkhwanazi now is very wrong. But before that, everything about Mkhwanazi was so right. Look at this. This here is Naledi Chirwa. Okay? Here she is holding a placard that says, "Hands off Mkhwanazi." This time is when Mkhwanazi was the darling of everyone in the EFF. But right now things have changed. Let me show you the response that Naledi Chirwa made. So here is a response by Naledi Chirwa to Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi had made a tweet saying that whistleblowers need to be protected at all times. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi didn't mention Julius Malema in his tweets. He didn't make any inclination of Julius Malema, but Naledi Chirwa caught feelings. Naledi Chirwa didn't respond to what Ndlozi said, but she responded to what she felt about Ndlozi's tweet. This is what Naledi Chirwa said. She said, "Kudala waba yiphixi wena." I hope I'm saying it right. Kudala waba yiphixi wena. What was so hard for Mkhwanazi to expose all the way through, including things that involve him? Why didn't he say that he is the one who asked to meet President Malema? Why didn't he expose that he provided information about AKA's killers to President Malema? You don't want the truth in Mbuyiseni. You are a bloody coward hiding your disdain and bitterness. Mkhwanazi must expose the whole truth and not protect himself in the process. He's not God and can be corrected where he omits crucial information. Asidlalila. Well, fine. Yeah, Naledi Chirwa is right here. Mkhwanazi is not God, and Mkhwanazi can make mistakes. But this was not the wisest way or the clever way to respond to whatever is happening. Because right now, we are not talking about Mkhwanazi providing information to Malema regarding AKA's killers. There's nothing wrong with that. Malema is a public official. He can request a briefing from security personnel regarding one matter or another. You get my point? Just as members of parliament, they do have the right to go and inspect in a municipality or a government institution where they have reasonable reason to go and inspect. So they can go and do that. Right now, what Naledi Chirwa here was doing was deflection. She didn't even go into the allegations that were put before Malema, that Malema has 6 security companies that are linked to him directly and indirectly, and they wanted to benefit from procurement. To say that Malema wanted to benefit from tenders in a very wrong way. She's not even addressing that. She's attacking someone who clearly saying we must protect whistleblowers. And Naledi Chirwa, she must be held into account. I mean, the myth about Naledi Chirwa needs to be broken, because Naledi Chirwa right now, we know her to be someone who doesn't like Jacob Zuma. Naledi Chirwa, in her eyes, when she sees Jacob Zuma, she sees a rapist. But whenever Julius and Jacob are drinking tea, Naledi is quiet. Naledi is quiet. So this is a pure example of blind followership. That the way you love your leader so much that even when he's wrong, you stand out to defend him. These are the politics that are going to destroy us as black people, because they're destroying the little bit of credibility that is left there. When a leader is wrong, the leader is wrong, and the political party should act against that leader. You get my point? And I mean, look at another response from an EFF member. This one is truly sickening. Just hold on, look at this one. Okay, this one was from an EFF member. She says, "We must never relent, fighters, never. We must always defend CIC against every accusation and attack, both perceived and real. Defending our leader is more important than facts." I'll read this again. Defending our leader is more important than facts. I don't care if he's guilty. I don't care if there's reasonable suspicion on his doing. We must still defend him above all acts. Facts are optional. I mean, this is blind followership, guys. This is blind followership, because if Malema is president and he makes a wrong decision, therefore it means we must just keep quiet and follow him because he's Malema, he was born right and impartial. He can never be wrong. These are the things that are going to destroy our democracy. And I'm going to put this even to me. I had voted EFF in the 2019 election and the previous 2024 elections. I voted EFF. And I voted for it because of its stance when it comes to black dignity. That stance of it defending black dignity and empowering black people will forever remain seductive for me. But that does not mean if the party is out of line or if the leader is wrong, I must continue to follow him. That alone will undermine the stance of EFF defending black dignity. Because just because we are black doesn't mean we must defend nonsense. Just because we are black doesn't mean we must defend things that are wrong. That means that our blackness is worth nothing. And if we are going to do it like that, we don't deserve any respect from anyone in the world, because clearly we wouldn't be respecting ourselves. So this is blind followership that we must always at all times attack. You know, surely Mkhwanazi got there and presented facts. If there are facts, they needed to be taken ahead. But right now, Mkhwanazi is no longer the darling in the eyes of the EFF, simply because right now what Mkhwanazi said is no longer convenient for them. That's not how it works. That commission is not there on the convenience of the EFF. Truth must be spoken, and if the EFF is going to continue like this, or if it's adopting this stance, then therefore we must not vote for the EFF. I will actually stand out and decampaign the EFF, because at heart I'm a true South African. South Africa comes first before any political party. And if any political party seems to direct South Africa in a wrong way, I will always call it against, and I expect all patriots to do the same. I don't know, guys. What is your comment about this in the comment section? Let's continue the conversation regarding blind followership.